You don't care what people think by accident. It shows up quickly, before you speak, before you post something, before you make a decision. You pause. What will they think? Will this come across right? What if I get judged? And that hesitation shapes what you do. You hold things back. You adjust how you come across. You second-guess decisions that felt clear a moment ago. Because the feeling is strong. Like other people's opinions carry weight. And the frustrating part is, you know it shouldn't matter this much. But it still does. Here's the shift. You don't care what people think because you're weak or insecure. You care because your brain is wired for connection, for belonging. At a basic level, being accepted by others has always meant safety. Being rejected meant risk. So your mind pays attention. It scans for signals. Am I fitting in? Am I being accepted? Am I doing something that could push me out? And other people's opinions become a shortcut for answering those questions. Even now, when the stakes aren't the same, even when you're not actually in danger, your brain still treats social judgment like something important, something to avoid. There's also something deeper underneath it. At some point, you learn that how you're seen affects how you're treated. That approval leads to connection, that disapproval creates distance. So you started adapting, saying certain things, avoiding others, shaping yourself slightly depending on who you're around. And over time, that becomes automatic. You don't even notice it happening. But it creates a split between who you are and how you present yourself. And the more that gap grows, the more you rely on other people's reactions, because they become the reference point. Am I okay? Am I accepted? And that's where it starts to feel like their opinions define something about you. But here's what changes things. Other people's opinions are not neutral. They're shaped by their own experiences, their own beliefs, their own insecurities. So when someone reacts to you, they're not seeing you clearly. They're seeing you through their own lens, which means their opinion isn't an objective truth. It's just a perspective. And once you start to see that, something shifts. You stop treating every reaction as something you need to adjust to. You stop assuming it defines your value. And instead, you bring your focus back to yourself. What do I actually think? What feels right to me? Because the goal isn't to stop caring completely. That's not realistic. The goal is to stop letting it control your decisions. To notice the hesitation, without automatically following it. To speak even when there's a risk of judgment. To act even when you're not sure how it will be received. Because every time you do that, you reduce the power that external opinions have over you. And maybe that's the truth. You don't care what people think because something is wrong with you. You care because you're wired to belong. But once you realize that belonging doesn't require constant adjustment, you start to feel something different. A bit more stable, a bit more grounded, a bit more like yourself.